Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to run any software's trial like forever. Okay, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, please do follow. So let's start with Ultra Edit. It's a kind of a 30 days free trial software. So we will start it. I'm going to download that. Okay, Ultra Edit for Windows. Download. So I'm going to download the 64-bit. You can also install the 32-bit as you like, but 64-bit is kind of a norm now. So 64-bit, it's done almost. Alright, so I'm going to install that. Okay, accept and install. Make sure you follow the steps carefully. By this means it should work almost 90% of the time. Some software might have a protection like taking taking time from the server, then it's hard, but most of the time it will work. Okay, it's done. Now I'm gonna run this software. It should be on the desktop shortcut. Okay, so next finish, run it from the desktop. I'll try it is kind of a hex editor. It's very good. Okay, so when we run it, it will either ask you to, if you have purchased it, you have to, enter the license key or login, whatever. Or if you don't, you can get the trial, else it won't let you run the software. So I'm gonna just, get the free trial with the random details because it doesn't verify your email address and stuff. So I'm gonna put anything here. Okay, activate trial. So yes, so after that we got a 30 days. So I'm gonna check it in the about section. It shows license key, so this is an unregistered copy. Okay, X. Okay, try to run the software. It should show kind of a pop-up. There you go. So it's showing that you have 30 days trial. So 30 days left, which also shows days remaining. So now today date is September 14, 2023. Okay, so most of the time the software keeps their details in the registry. Okay, you can access that from pressing Windows R run and then type regedit. So if you check current user or local machine in the software section, you should be able to find the details of the particular software. But if I see, it shows the trial is activated, the value of binary is 1, 0 means not. So it's activated, but there is no information regarding the time when it was first installed or stuff, right? So I believe it is taking that information from the trial, the file which it might have saved somewhere. So we know all the location where usually the software is saved. The first is registry. We are unable to find the date, the particular date the software is using to check that on this date is activated or installed. So I might see if it should be in the program data here. In that, now you see it has created the license, the trial. So it might be reading the value of the date on the day which it is registered on the server. So it is taking at that date as the first date. So today is 14 September, so it is taking 14 September as the first day. So if we go to 24 October, let's say, it will be expired, right? It's more than 30 days. So now some software do have a rollback protection. So if you try to the date is 16, let's say, you will roll back to 14, it will show error. Anyway, I also created the software in a C hash. So when I press button 1, it will show the current date and time. So this is just a demo one. quick software I created. So you can see the time it is showing September 14, 2023, 5:51 p.m. right? So it is just showing the current default system time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of stop this trial on this particular day for this software. Okay, so let's say we go to date and time, and then if I change the time, okay, we will change the time. Let's say today is 14, move to 1 2 days more. So we will select the option, set the date and time manually, and there you go, change. And then I'm gonna select a couple of days, should be good. 15/1 is good. Okay, now if I run the software, it will show 29 days remaining. Okay, there you go. So it is showing days left in free trial is 29. Now if I go back, okay, if I go back to the old date 14, it will show trial expired. This is actually common nowadays in the new softwares. It is actually called rollback protection. So they check if the date is rolled back, so then it is expired. So now it will only take the date, the current 15 date which it was run last time, or the date after 15 to be a valid trial. If you put date backward from the valid time, so it will put it as expired. So we have run the software on a 15th date, so if we put 16, it should be okay. If you put 15, the time before that, 15, 14, 13, whatever last month, it will show error. So I'm gonna just change the time. The time is 14th of September. It will still show it is expired because the software has run now on 15th of September. So to fix it, we have to run after 15. Okay, so date and time, let's move the date forward 16. Now if we run on 16, it should show 28 days remaining and it should be valid trial. Okay, so you see 28 days remaining, so now it comes in valid. So now if we roll back to 15, it will still shows it's wrong, the trial expired. So now to make the valid trial again, it should run after date 16 and 5:54 p.m. So I'm gonna run my software. The time is 9:14. So let's change stuck, kind of pause this time for this software. We will use a software name run as date. Okay, you can use this site. It's nirsoftsoft.net. So I'm gonna download both 32-bit and 64-bit. So let's download both. So make sure you download from this site, sorry. Okay, after that we will extract the folder. Extract all should be there. Okay, let's extract the 64-bit as well. Okay, the software I created, which is a dummy one, which shows the current date, is actually a 32-bit. It is compiled as a 32-bit, so it should for that we should use run as date. But the ultra edit we have installed is a 64-bit, so we will use run as date 64-bit. Okay, so let me delete this extra stuff so you don't get confused. Shift delete, done. Okay, so now I'm gonna use run as date. So run the command. You can also use it command. So now the date is showing the current date. So you can run command or you can search for command. Because I have enabled the command option, you won't be able to see command with a shift right click, but I have enabled that in registry edit. I have also uploaded the video on my channel, couple of videos before this video I'm gonna post. So anyway, we use the location of the software, then we put the date we want to pause the date to, because it actually hook the system APIs which returns the date. So it will hook the API and push the date to this date. So we are putting 2002 now, and I'm gonna run the software using run as date. Okay, so now you can see the old one showing me the current date. Now the new one we run using run as date is showing me 2002 year, which we set as a parameter. Okay, in the command line you can see above. So we can pause the date of the trial software like this. You can see here the timer one I created. The left one is the original, which is showing the current time, and the right one is kind of paused to the time which we have supplied the date, the time it took. The if we don't supply the time, it will, you know, provide the time on at what time it actually run first time. So okay, now we will use it to pause the date of ultra edit as well, so that we can use its trial lifetime. So as it has a rollback protection, so we have to make sure the date is after 16th of September. So we will use 64-bit one. We will use its UI. Okay, so I'm gonna also create a shortcut for the desktop anyway. So we will browse the software to the location, which is this binary executable uidit 64exe. Okay, now I'm gonna set the date to 16 after 16, because the last time we have run it was 16 of September. And make sure don't select this option. Move the time means if the date is 17, it will move the time like 1-2 days ahead. So but it has a rollback protection, it will show issues. So unselect that, select the time. We are using 19 of September because the software actually run at last time valid trial was at 16 of September. So I'm gonna create the shortcut with ultra edit time. Okay, so now I'm gonna run this ultra edit time. I won't run that. The genuine one will show me expired because it has a rollback protection. If we run ultra edit time, it will get a date as 17 of September. So you can see it still shows days left in a trial is 28. Sorry, we selected 16 of September. So now you can see our time is actually selected at kind of a 14. Even if we change the time, let's say to the last, it shows 2053. Okay, so the time is 2053 EA now. Okay, if we run the shortcut, it should still shows 28 days remaining. Okay, so let's test it out. We will use the same shortcut, ultra edit time, not the original one, because if you run the original one, the trial will be expired again. So make sure you never select the original icon. You can also delete that from desktop. Okay, so we will select ultra edit time. Now we are in 2053 year, but it still shows we have 28 days remaining. So we are supplying the time. So by this means you can run any trial software for lifetime. Okay, just make sure you run don't run the original software. Make sure you are running with the supply date as a shortcut. Okay, so I can even fix the date time to any time. Sorry, the current time. Okay, so make sure don't run ultra edit, the original one, because the trial location will be, the file will be corrupted. So okay, so now you can see it's still showing me 28 days. So like that you can use this software, to run any software in trial mode kind of forever. Okay, hope you guys like this video. Please do follow my channel, subscribe and share. I'm gonna bring awesome stuff to this channel. Have a good one. Take care.